Hello everybody and welcome back to Chellington 17. Thank you for all of your votes yesterday. We've now decided what job we're going to be doing today. Oh, better not crash into the gate. We're going to be raking and baling for number 20. Which is actually the job I wanted to do anyway, so that is great to see. But even if it was another vote which won, it wouldn't have really bothered me. It's just secretly I know which things need to be done as a priority. But this is interactive Chellington, so it really doesn't matter what I think. We're going to do always what everybody else wants to do. Weird, the JCB seems to have crashed. We didn't get very far with it. Not to worry though, we'll drive it back ourselves, and we actually do need that tractor today because we need to go over to the store to pick up our brand new windrower. I did actually buy it quite a while ago, but I've never used it. I'm going to put this in here. And this tractor, I suppose it could be used. We could use the baler and the windrower at exactly the same time. But it just depends how smoothly it's going to go. Follow Me does seem to be a pretty good mod for that. So, I think what I'll do is I'll just reverse up here, switch the engine off, and then go over to the JCB. Ah yes, it's crashed. That is kind of understandable, considering I did do a funny manoeuvre there. So let's just drive through here, try not to damage the mowers too much. And yes, I have now swapped the rear mower over. The mower on the back yesterday was apparently the wrong way round. It still worked, and only a few people picked up on it, but yes, you are right, it was back to front. I don't know how much of a difference that would make in real life, probably a massive difference. Would it cut back to front? I don't know. That's weird. But yes, it is sorted now, so we don't have to worry about any kind of weird issues with the mower. I think the best place for the mowers is just down here, where we got them from initially. Thing is though, to actually get the rear mower to lower, you have to fold it down. So you press V, but it basically acts like pressing X, which is unfold mower. So we'll put that there. We'll then spin around and put the front mower in front. I still need to give those pigs some straw. Oh dear. We'll give them some straw. We'll get a shredder. We're going to need a shredder anyway. But that's only if we've got time to do it today. If we don't have time to do it today, we'll do it tomorrow. There won't be a vote tomorrow or today for tomorrow because I think today's jobs are going to extend over to tomorrow's episode, so there won't be a new job to do. Right, okay. So, I suppose the voucher is going to be better for powering the windrower than the JCB is. Just trying to think, which baler do we have? Ah yes, we've got the class baler. Fantastic baler it is as well. I'll just switch off the JCB and we'll head over to the store. Now this isn't a massive tractor, it's the Valtra N series, so it's not the great big ones. I'm not too familiar with the Valtra series or range numbers or letters, so you just have to bear with me. As far as I'm aware, this is similar to like the, I suppose the 5400 series of Massey Ferguson, maybe 6400 series. Yeah, probably 6400 series. So yeah, it should be able to power the windrower without too many issues. I'm going to turn left here to take the shortcut up to the store. It really is a shortcut, it does take a lot less time. The only issue is, it is pretty bumpy, so as long as you've got a good backbone, you'll be okay. Just having a quick look through the comments from yesterday's video. One of them says, your videos get shorter over time. No, they don't. Only the Chellington ones. The reason for this is, well, they're usually about 22 minutes. That is fairly standard for Chellington, just because we've got it 3 times a week. The others should be at least half an hour. So, yeah, that is my idea behind it. The Chellington ones will always be shorter. As I've said before, because it's interactive, when the job is done, the video is finished, so it just is basically however long it takes to do the job which we've voted for. Another comment here is on my new PC. That is a nice starter PC. Wow. I appreciate your comment, but that is one expensive starter PC. Unless I suppose you could be referring to starter in a different way. Maybe I suppose if you're talking in terms of a professional gaming PC, then yes, that probably would be classed as a starter, because I know you can get a lot bigger ones, high spec, super high spec. But I know I consider this new PC to be, you know, not too bad at all. But I suppose if you do have a much better one, you would consider it as a starter. Right, comments. I think, yeah, most of them are very similar. Lots of them are talking about Goldcrest Valley. Yes, well, it's down to you. There was a vote in yesterday's video, and that will decide whether or not we continue Goldcrest to episode 50. Otherwise, it'll be episode 45. When I last looked, the vote was for yes, we're going to finish it at episode 45. But if you haven't seen that vote and you do want to continue to episode 50, please do make sure that you go on yesterday's video to vote, as it is entirely my audience's decision. And if we do stop at episode 45, the replacement map will be Cobra Park Farm. I am so looking forward to it. I still haven't played it on 17 because I want to have it as a surprise for myself for when I do the Let's Play. Because I just think that doing a Let's Play on a map is much better if you've never seen it before. If you've already seen it and you know your way around it, which I kind of do actually, but yeah, if it's fresh, I think it makes for a better series. Yeah, I have already done about 100 episodes on Cobra Farm on FS15, but yeah, still not seen the 17 version. Little boat, sail away little boat. Yeah, there's not really much point in us going back to the yard with this. We'll just go straight into the field. I'm just trying to think. I think we probably will just do this first of all. It'll become too chaotic. But yeah, this is huge. That is pretty big. I think if we reverse back to the corner, then we won't make as much of a mess. That should be alright. There we go. And yeah, this is much bigger than I thought it was going to be when I bought it. I wondered why it was so expensive, and now I know exactly the reason why. Because it is absolutely gigantic. Wow, that is huge. But definitely worth it, because we'll be doing field number 18 with the same equipment. And yes, field number 18 really is huge. Like, breathtakingly huge. It takes 2 to 3 hours in real time to do it, I think, with a small mower. If you've got a big mower, you can do it in half an hour. We've got like a medium sized one. Obviously you can get a modded mower, which are huge, which would be ideal, but we're not going to go for anything unrealistic. And in fact, that can be in the next vote, which I'll be doing in the next episode. So you'll be able to vote for it then. Right, so let's just get this finished off. It really won't take too long at all. And then we'll pack it up, take it back to the yard, bring the JCB over with the class quadrant, I think it's called quadrant Baler, get it baled, and then tomorrow we'll get all of the bales taken away from this field, otherwise it's going to grow again with the bales still here. Alternatively, we could just stack them in the field. I do have a thing about stacking bales in the field. I think it looks quite good. I'm missing quite a few bits here. We need to get as much as possible, especially as we have wasted time cutting this field twice, as the first time we had to start again. Okay, just got to stick the edge. That's looking very neat though. Very nice. So as usual, I'm going to continue off screen, and I will see you in a second. Yeah, so that pretty much to show you the working width of this machine. I think all we're going to have to do is go up here, come back down the other side, and then probably go up once more, and that will probably finish it off. Sometimes it can feel a bit unrealistic to use the big machinery like this in a field like Field 20, but if we didn't own Field 18, then we wouldn't have this, basically. The only reason we have it is because we have very big grass fields, and in fact, do we own field number 5? No, we don't. Field number 5 is big too, but field number 5 is also very hilly. so you probably still wouldn't use such big equipment, as it's going to be a bit lopsided on all the mounds in the field. Anyway, I still get asked, is this being recorded on the new computer? The answer to this is no, it isn't. It's not because I've got any kind of technical issues or anything, or that I can't be bothered to set it up. It's because I am waiting for my new microphone stand, which is basically a suspended stand which goes on the side of the desk, and then I suppose you could say hovers the microphone above me. I prefer it like this just because you get better sound quality, and also it keeps it off the desk, so it's not as easy to knock it by accident. And you can probably also tell that there is still a bit of an echo in this video. After recording this video, I am going to set up my studio installation behind the microphone, so I'm hoping by, well, January the 1st it's going to be perfect quality. The reason I say January the 1st is because I have already recorded a few videos after this one, so they'll still be with the original audio quality, if you get what I mean. So it's just really so I get a backlog. So if for whatever reason one day I have a serious power cut, or if I have serious internet issues, there will still be a video out without me having to frantically try and upload another one. It's always good to have a backlog. But having said that, most of the Chellington ones are actually recorded the day before, as I need to know what you've chosen in the vote. But Wexcombe Manor Farm, yeah, that's usually recorded quite a few days previous to release. Right, so it's just going to be a case of going back down again, and we will finish. And that's this bit done. So you've probably heard if you're a real true subscriber and you've been watching a lot of my videos, you'll have probably heard in some of my FS15 videos and possibly 17 videos as well, that I have sort of let some things slip through the net by accident. So if, for example, I go for a second take because maybe I pronounce something wrong or eat my words, yeah, in editing sometimes I've accidentally missed that second take. So the first take's in there and the second take is in there as well, which means I repeat myself. It sounds ridiculous and probably hilarious to you, but yeah, I have noticed when watching a few of my videos back that there are still some out there. So, kind of embarrassing for me, probably hilarious for you. But I was watching a video about this, another YouTuber, can't remember their name exactly, but yeah, there was a YouTuber who was covering video games which have, well, I suppose you could say lack quality in the voiceover section. One of them, amazingly, was The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Now, I've always considered The Elder Scrolls to be an incredibly professional game, but they did let one bit of voice acting slip through the net. It was in the Arcane City, in the Arcane University, in the Imperial City, I should say. If you're familiar with the Elder Scrolls series, you probably know where I mean, but there is a character who actually repeats themselves twice in the dialogue, and well, if you're a fan of it, it's incredibly hilarious when you hear it. But yeah, Elder Scrolls Oblivion was released years ago, 2006, and the first time I heard it was just yesterday. But yeah, I just didn't think that they would be able to keep something like that in there. I think actually it was patched up fairly quickly. But it just reminded me of me, as I have done the same thing before. It does sound pretty bad. But yeah, moving on swiftly. Let's reverse this into the shed. There is a bale in the back, four bales. We'll just turn it off here. And we need to attach the JCB to the baler and get it all done. This should be very quick. We've got a tractor with fairly high horsepower and a big baler. Plus it's a square baler, so we don't have to keep stopping, which is always very handy. But yes, if we can get it baled today, then I'll try and spend tomorrow's episode faffing about picking all the bales up manually. We'll be using the IT runner trailer, and I would have thought, well, we do have the JCB telehandler, but I don't know if we'll use it. If we don't use it, we'll use the Vulture with the front loader. Well, we shall see. I do find the tractor easier, So we'll see. I'll try and decide. Anyway, we already have some straw, I think it is, in this baler, as we baled field 11, I think it was. Yep. There are still some bales in field 11, which need to be picked up. But first of all, this field. Off we go. Now, what is the yield looking like? Bearing in mind we have brought a lot of the field into the centre here, as it was such a big windrower. Yeah, that's pretty good, as expected. Happy with that. Very dusty. Just thinking about it. Do we have the crop growth on slow? I hope we do. We don't want this... Oh no. We don't want this field growing back so fast. Yes, just checking if plant withering was switched off. That would be terrible if it was switched on. We would lose most of our fields. It is more realistic to have it on. It's just when you own a lot of fields, especially big fields, if you do lose a field, it's very costly and very frustrating. So yeah, I like to keep it off. Which is probably quite bad of me to do that, but it makes it easier. And I think in the long term, it is going to make the videos better, as we won't be messing about trying to recover crops. There's nothing worse than cultivating the crop back in again, unless it's a cover crop. But yeah. Right, how many bales do we have? We'll have to check on our heads-up display. Sorry, I went very high there. Not sure why. We can count for the first part. 2, 4, 5, I think. Oh, no, 6. We do have 6. That's not bad at all. Looks like it's going to take me quite a while to stack them, but looking forward to it. I'm still sort of inclined to stack them in the field. We shall see. But this is one mound of hay. Very good swath here. If you're interested in downloading this baler, you can do. It's by Blacksheep Modding. Blacksheep Modding has always produced very high quality mods, and to date I've never seen any kind of glitch or issue with them. They are fantastic. I have provided the original link down below, so you can support the modder if you want to. It's in a fairly big pack of different balers as well. It isn't just the class baler. There's around 4 or 5, plus an auto stacker, which is definitely worth trying. I need to get it into a video, definitely. So just at the top... Whoa, crazy bale. At the top of the field here, I was going to say, we've got a derelict yard. We probably should use this yard for something. It's totally derelict. Even if it's just like storing a water bowser, it should be used. It's a waste of space for us. What should we put there? I'm sure there'll be something. I think I'd be a bit against putting a new tractor there, as it's sort of in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, we should put something there. Maybe even bales, actually. But bales could be vandalised. We'll have to see. I think we will. I think we'll stack these bales at the top there. It will look quite good. And then when we do need them, we'll come along with the telehandler and a trailer, and we'll stack them onto the trailer and either sell them or use them. Also, I've never really tried my skill at stacking an actual haystack, so that will either be awful to see or good to see. Either way, I want to try it out. Right, let's just spin around here. Almost finished. We really are throwing these bales out, and in some cases spinning the bales out. They do like to spin sometimes. I think it's when you're going too fast. Is 12 miles per hour too fast? It doesn't feel too fast, but it might not be accurate. Like, this might not be actually 12 miles per hour. It doesn't feel like it. So when we get to the end of here, I'll just quickly stop and have a quick tour of this yard. So what do we have? We've got a very old building. Looks Victorian, I would say. We've got one missing its roof with what looks to be an old conveyor or something. We're not putting the bales in here. It's just beyond it. This is the back of the sell point. Did it used to come so far back? Really expanded. But, is there a good place for bales? I think we're just going to have to keep them in the field. Yeah, we'll have to. Run through here. Yeah, I think if we just put them probably here, that would be the best thing to do. Anyway, we must finish this job off. Cab view is always appreciated. It's funny, ever since I got my new computer, this computer has decided to run very smoothly. Really weird. It's like, oh no, don't replace me. Thing is though, I'm not actually replacing it. I'm going to use it as well for doing videos for Daggerwin Extra and also Machinery Restorer, because I still need to edit on a different PC, as the other one will be rendering. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. It's like it actually knows something. 98%. Can you believe it? We can empty it though, which is good. 99%. Come on, little mound. Fantastic. Good. Unload. There we go. Fold it up and take a look at our work. That actually looks like more bales than I thought there was going to be, but that is good. Oh, we still haven't named the save game. We need to call it Chellington LP. There we go. But yeah, what I wanted to do was see how many bales that we have done. The created bales, 25. At least it's a fairly round number. 25 is good. 20 or 30 would have been better, but 25, can't complain. So, oh, and also we have played 12 hours and 45 minutes of real time on this map. Impressive. Right, so back to the yard. I can hear the ducks and I can hear the water. Off we go. There used to be a setting for the beacons because I'm continually asked how did you get the beacons to reflect on nearby objects, and I looked, I was going to do a video on it, but I looked on here and I couldn't see it anymore. It's weird, unless they've just changed the name. It used to say something like realistic beacons. I think it was about here, but it seems to have gone. Weird. Realistic beacons. I can't see. Maybe I've just gone blind. There is a possibility. Still, that is our work done for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I just need to find a good place to put this. I think maybe actually putting it back where we got it from might not be a bad idea. Oh look, pickup is still down. Silly things like that is what makes it look unrealistic. I must try and remember to do stuff like lift the pickup. I don't know if there'd be like a warning system in real life which reminds you. I suppose in real life though it's more obvious, as well, you just sort of, I don't know the word to describe it, you just feel more with it, I suppose. You can see it much easier. You obviously got a much larger responsibility. In Farming Simulator, if you forget, then you look like an idiot. But in real life, if you forget, then you look like an idiot and you're going to be in trouble. So, yes, and you're likely going to cause quite a bit of damage too. But, yes, I was just wondering if there is a warning system for it. Turn the beacon off. And finally, I just want to run down to the pigs just to see how they're actually doing. We do need to do more work with the pigs, but that'll be next week. We need to generate a bit more money first of all before we can do anything with them. They have their feed though, so they are absolutely fine. Hello pigs, how fast are you reproducing? Every 5 hours and 50 minutes. That's not too bad at all. We have 32. You busy pigs. You need cleaning out too. There is a mod which actually stops you from having to do this, which is tempting. Because they do get dirty pretty quickly. If there's a way of reducing the speed which they get dirty, then that would be quite good. But who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. And I hope to see you again at the same time tomorrow. Until then, see you again soon. Bye for now.